folks, this is Tom Versey here. Before we begin our show, I've been given permission to show you a preview, well, it's not really a preview, an exclusive song from the lady who plays Rachel Berry on the TV show Glee. She does a solo cover of Don't Stop Believing. This is from episode 19 of Glee, Sweet Dreams, which will be airing on Sky One very soon. This is Don't Stop Believing by Lea Michele.
Just a small town girl, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train, going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train, going anywhere. Cheap perfume, for a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Streetlight people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Oh, working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill, paying anything to roll the dice. Just one more time. Some will win, some will lose. Some are born to sing the blues. Oh, the movie never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Oh, streetlights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Streetlights, people. Don't stop.
EastEnders FM, the number one radio station which gives you all the latest news and spoilers from Albert Square. Live with Tom Versey. Hello and welcome to EastEnders FM. On today's episode we've got a preview of tonight's episode of EastEnders, which airs at 7:30pm on BBC One. Then we've also got a quick chat about last night's episode, which was really good. We're mentioning a few people with our shout-out section, and of course we've got breaking news and, yes, a few spoilers. That's all what's coming up in today's episode of EastEnders FM. Now though, here's a quick preview of tonight's episode of EastEnders.
What do you think he's going to stay with you because you're having his baby? Like that stopped him leaving us. You think he really wants another screaming kid? The minute things ain't going his way, he's gonna dump you, okay? He is gonna just walk out on you and your baby.
So that was a preview of tonight's episode, which airs at 7:30 PM on BBC One. But let's discuss last night's episode, and the square was in gossip galore following the big jilting wedding. That's right, the big wedding day where Sharon was jilted by Jack. Later that evening, Sharon of course went over to Phil's, and of course after Tanya and Ian had seen Phil went into the room, and Sharon was in fact there. She wasn't going to Norfolk, so yes. And of course at the end of last night's episode we saw Denny packing his bag. But where will he go? Will he run away, or will he just go to Jack? Something tells me that this little Denny isn't really looking in for Phil. I think he really loves Jack to be his dad. So, yeah, it looks really good tonight. Now we know what's going to happen with Denny. I call him Denny, even though his name is Dennis Rickman. It's Dennis Jr. actually, but everyone calls him Denny, like even Sharon. But I felt so sorry for the little lad, because I know Jack was being a bit of a pain with Ronnie, but poor little Denny. I mean, Sharon shouldn't stop Denny from seeing Jack because of what's been going on, because to Denny, of course, Jack was like a father to him. So hopefully tonight, when Denny goes running off, because that's what he does, yes he does, he goes off and he goes to the gym where Jack finds him. So it looks pretty good, and hopefully Jack will bring him home, and maybe Sharon might think twice about him. You know what I mean? So that's good. And that's all going to happen tonight, and do not miss it. It's going to be brilliant. But again, on the discussion of last night's episode, the whole Max and Kirsty drama with the whole abortion business. Is anyone thinking, oh my god, what's happened to Max lately? I am. Because obviously one minute he was all okay with the idea of Kirsty being pregnant, and the next, he wants to have an abortion. And as you heard in the preview just then, obviously Lauren does know, and tonight she spills the beans to Tanya. Oh yes, Tanya discovers that Kirsty is pregnant in tonight's episode, as Lauren exposes her secret. What an episode it's going to be. You really do not want to miss it. It's at 7:30 PM on BBC One. And there's more spoilers and latest news about all this in Albert Square in just a few minutes on EastEnders FM. That time again, people, where we give shout-outs to some people on our page. And we've got a few shout-outs today, but we're not going to keep mentioning the same shout-outs as we always do every single episode. Today we've selected quite a few different people, and they are to Claire Taylor, to Ron Dowling, again to my friend Chris Wood, again to, well actually no, not again, I don't think I mentioned her, to a sister of mine, Kirsty Gardiner, and another one to the lovely Jacob Smith. You are very nice, thank you very much for that lovely comment you sent me the other day. A shout out to David Cooper, another one to Maria Antonui, sorry Maria, another one to Nikki James, then we've got another one to Connor Mahoney, and finally one more to the lovely Becca Dorman. Again, I always mention you, but you are a very active fan, so thank you very much. They are the shout-outs I always give, but, well, some of them are, but I have given a few different people shout-outs today, so that's good. Oh, and once again to Ryan Alexander, who's been a fan of our page for quite a little while, so thank you very much. That's it for today's shout-outs on EastEnders FM. There's breaking news on EastEnders FM now, and actor Chucky Venn, who plays Ray Dixon on the show, has been written out of the square. That's right, the actor has been appearing as Ray Dixon on the BBC One show since early 2012. Ray, who is the real dad of Morgan Butcher and ex-boyfriend of King Fox, will be saying goodbye to Albert Square in scenes due to air in June. In a statement released to the Digital Spy website this morning of April 16th, Venn commented, "Working on EastEnders has been one of my career highlights and an invaluable experience. I couldn't have asked for a better team to work with and have found a lifelong friend in my on-screen partner, Tamika. I want to thank everyone who supported me on the show." Ray's exit storyline will reportedly see him move away from Walford to be closer to his daughter Sasha when her mother becomes unwell. An EastEnders source told Inside Soap the door will be left open for Ray. Chucky has been a great cast member and a pleasure to work with. Ray is always going to be connected to Walford while Morgan is there, and who knows, he may pay his little lad a visit one day in the future. Ray's storylines have mostly revolved around his connection to the Butcher family and his romance with Kim. He was also in the frame in the mystery of Captain's secret lover last summer. As I said earlier, Ray Dixon will be leaving the square in June. And there's cast arrival news now, as Cornel S. John will play Sam James on EastEnders. That's right, EastEnders producers have cast Cornel S. John to come to the soap as Dexter Hartman's father, and he'll be in the show next month. Ava and Dexter will be shocked when Sam returns following the death of his father, and is determined to get to know his son. Dexter has never met his father, who left a pregnant Ava when he went to get milk and never returned. John said it's a great honour and pleasure to be joining the EastEnders family. I look forward to working with the cast and to Sam's adventures on the square. Doof doof. Lorraine Newman, executive producer of the soap, added, "We are delighted to have Cornel join the cast of EastEnders playing Sam. Cornel's powerful presence and natural gravitas will ensure he is a strong presence on screen. The addition of Sam gives us a solid family unit with Dexter and Ava. However, after such a long absence, sparks are sure to initially fly. Let's just hope he's got the milks." John's first scene will air in May, so do not miss it, it's going to be brilliant. There will be more cast news soon on EastEnders FM. Right now though, it's time for spoilers. EastEnders news now and spoilers, and there's further more news on the EastEnders split between Joey and Lauren. Yes, that's right, next week Joey reaches the end of his tether with Lauren as when her drinking seems to be spiralling out of control. But it's actually more to the situation than meets the eye. Well aware that her heavy alcohol consumption is beginning to annoy Joey, Lauren decides to prove that she can stay sober during a gathering at the Vic. Lauren's sister Abby has organised a get-together for her boyfriend Dave Mitchell to celebrate his community service being over. When Lucy Bill offers to get Lauren a drink at the Vic, Lauren insists that she wants an orange juice. However, assuming Lucy secretly orders her something stronger, knowing the trouble it might cause. As Lauren gets increasingly drunk, it's the final straw for Joey, and he tells her that their relationship is over. Lauren soon realises what Lucy has done and blames her for what has happened. But Joey doesn't believe a word his girlfriend has to say. As Joey dumps Lauren, is it really the end for them? I don't want it to be the end for them. I really don't. Well, EastEnders airs these scenes on Friday, April 26th at 8 p.m. on BBC One. On Thursday, April 25th at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One, Liam faces a bit of terror as he comes face to face with Kane again. The Butcher family's ordeal continues as a brick is hurled through the kitchen window, narrowly missing Carol and the kids. When Liam goes outside to investigate, none of the gang are in sight. Carol continues to wonder whether Liam is going to stay with Ricky might be the best idea after all, but Bianca is adamant that he's staying on the square. Keen for his family to stop worrying about him, Liam decides to prove he can cope by staying home and waiting for the window replacement man to arrive. Alone in the house, Liam receives a number of calls on his mobile and landline, but he knows it will be the gang and refuses to answer.